All right, Saeed, another frequently asked question we get is about men and hair loss. Because pine pollen is a phytoandrogen, there's a little bit of concern from some men that I get sometimes that if they take this product, they might start losing their hair. As far as I know, from what I've researched, pine pollen is a DHT inhibitor. So I've always felt really confident me taking it that I wouldn't necessarily lose my hair. I haven't experienced that to date, but maybe you can emphasize a little bit on the science behind it.
Yeah. I mean, the science of hair loss is really complicated. But what we know for sure is that you have testosterone, and as you age, there is an enzyme called 5-alpha reductase, and this enzyme comes in and adds hydrogen to your testosterone and makes your testosterone DHT. And DHT has negative impacts on hair follicles. It has negative impact on prostate growth. So that's something that you see, age-related hair loss. That's is also somewhat correlated with enlarged prostate as in terms of in your 60s and 70s. So that's something for myself. Yeah. That's like I got to work on preventing, and I do have family history of hair loss, and I do have family history of benign prostatic hyperplasia. So for myself, I actually look to pine pollen as a preventer in that sense, because if you look at the science, you get the cellular studies that are associated with BPH and its prostate cancer, and how brasinosteroids or these class of phytoandrogens are helping with that. And then B, you look at you have a substrate, which is your testosterone, and you have an enzyme that needs to use this substrate. Yeah. So what happens now, and with age, this activity has gone up. So what happens if you're getting in a plant-based substrate in your food that can come in and keep this enzyme busy?
Right.
Less of your testosterone is going to get converted to DHT. So I think, if there are going to be, again, it's like you look at the scientific data and the hard science of it, a lot of these are made through, us looking at the other research and making conclusions about it. But I think there's going to be studies coming out showing that yes, if it's helping benign prostatic hyperplasia, it's definitely helping age-related hair loss as well.
Yeah. Making that correlation, I guess if you start losing your hair, maybe it's a good idea to start looking at that. And yeah, pine pollen, we know that it's good for your prostate, so why would not be good for this? Obviously, we're not making any claims that it's going to regrow your hair by any means, but we can definitely say that it's not going to harm you. Yeah. It's not going to you're not going to lose any hair by taking pine pollen.
No, and another thing to consider is hair loss associated with menopause. That's another symptom that menopause has as part of it, and that's related to the androgen.
Yeah,
decline.
absolutely. So, and I'm happy you brought that up, because actually one of the testimonials from someone that we have working at one of the health food stores that we sell our pine pollen at actually said that the only thing that she changed in her routine was starting to take pine pollen, and she got tons of comments on her hair was thicker. Yeah. And it was actually her hairdresser. I can see so that. She was sold. She said she started taking it regularly after that point, and she hasn't turned back. So, okay, I'd invite you guys to check us out on our website, CanadianPinePollen.com. A lot of informative videos. You could check us out on YouTube, and I'd also like you guys to do your own research and find some other information besides what we're providing to back up these claims.